Hi, welcome to Miss Richardson's U.S. History 5-Minute Lectures. This information will be U.S. Notes 2.8, the Harlem Renaissance. It includes information that aligns with the second section of your Unit 2 study guide. Remember, you control the lecture. Pause whenever you need to, write down any questions you have, and rewatch as often as you need. And always use your study guide to help you take the notes. Let's go ahead and get started with them. While flappers were a major part of 1920 society, their music and dancing was not really their own. It was borrowed from the African Americans of the time period, particularly those that had a cultural revolution in Harlem, New York. This cultural revolution became known as the Harlem Renaissance. The Harlem Renaissance began in the Harlem neighborhood of New York City. This was a black neighborhood or ghetto. The term ghetto really just refers to an ethnic neighborhood. Many African Americans from throughout the country, especially from the South, had moved here to find a better life. This mass movement from the South to northern and western cities was called the Great Migration. Poor blacks and whites from the rural South moved to cities by the thousands, looking for more opportunities and better lives. You can see here the change that happened throughout the 1910s and 20s. So all of these African Americans moved to the cities, came together, and lived together and kind of shared their traditions. Particularly the African Americans who had moved to Harlem brought their traditions with them. The music, chanting, dancing, art, and literature that they had developed over time came together to create the Harlem Renaissance, a rebirth of African culture in America and a way to celebrate African Americans and their culture and lives. With the support of an African American community, the artists were able to share their creations, leading to this new movement. Jazz was actually listened to and enjoyed throughout the country. Poetry and other writing was read, art was enjoyed and sold nationwide, partially because of mass media and also because it was such a large movement. This was a massive change in American culture. A minority group had gained great influence in mainstream culture in America for the first time. Their ideas were rapidly adopted by mainstream America and became a great influence on later American cultural advances. This shows the power of media. So we'll actually look at some of the art from the Harlem Renaissance in class during our class 1920s Day that's coming up this week. This will also give you a better idea of the risks these artists were willing to take during the time period. So this is actually the end of US Notes 2.8. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in class.